essentially, what we have here is this funnel where you have these 3 amazing offers that people need, and you might be able to make a sale that is worth $100, $150 US instantly off cold traffic, which is the next part of this funnel that works so well. And that is the fact that because these are low ticket digital offers, we can sell these via ads, that someone might be meeting you for the very first time ever. And this beautiful combination of the fact that it's low ticket reduces the risk, the fact that someone is like pain point or solution aware of this already increases their desire for this. And we do some things on the sales page like put happiness guarantees, and we use a special type of like longer form sales page to, really reiterate to someone like they're right to be thinking about this pain point and solution. And then here's why they should pay attention to wanting it from you, and they can't just get it from like YouTube or ChatGPT because you have a story or a strategy or a system or a method. And then we really go into like the transformation that this could create for them. And then we pitch the product in a particular way. We price it at a lower ticket. We put a happiness guarantee on there. So people like, yes, they've never met you before, but they're loving what they're reading about you so far. They feel really, really understood. And then, hey, there's like such low risk with this product that I'm just going to go ahead and buy this. And then maybe they get the bump and maybe they get the OTO. As a female online business owner with dreams of more income, more impact, and more freedom, you know there's more potential in your business waiting to be unlocked. But figuring out how to shape and transform your biz and get seen, loved, selling, and scaling can feel like, well, a mystery. So how do you cut through the noise, create offers that deeply resonate, sell and scale without you always being on, all while creating a life you love? That is exactly what this show is about. Welcome to Seen, Loved, Selling, Scale. I'm Corinda, your small biz marketing sidekick, digital office strategist, and online biz bestie. With tens of thousands of digital offers sold, tens of thousands of people helped, and millions of dollars in revenue generated in my own business as a small business owner. And through this podcast, I am here to share it all. You'll gain clear, actionable insights, strategies, and shortcuts to master your online marketing, build scalable online offers, and create a business model that works for you as much as it works for your people, so you can grow your income, amplify your impact, and free up more of your time. Let's get started. Hello, and a massive welcome back to the Seen, Loved, Selling, Scale podcast. I am Corinda, and as always, the focus of today's episode is really going to be about stripping back the curtains and really just sharing with you the insides of my own digital business and what has really created the most success in the most seamless way. So I'm really talking about as an entrepreneur with no full-time team who is able to achieve some really freaking mind-blowing things. Like, I will never stop pinching myself about this, how exactly I am able to achieve that. And one of the main ways that I am able to achieve this is in the funnels that I have within my business. Now, I want to be really, really clear. If you think another F word when you say funnels and you think this is not the episode for me, please do not hit skip just yet, because here is the thing. Funnels, as I've said before, and I'll say it 1,000 times, are really just a fancy word for a customer journey. And so essentially what I'm going to be telling you about is how I get seen, loved, selling, and scaling. So that customer journey within my business for different offers or in different ways, and which of those are the most successful, because overall, our business is one big funnel, right? Like, we bring people in, we get them to love us, we sell them things, and then hopefully we can scale those sales and we have the most satisfaction doing it, and we have some very satisfied customers and clients as well, right? So like, our business on its own is a funnel. But when we start to break our business down, especially for online business owners who may have like an A to Z customer journey, you've broken down those products into that customer journey, which is definitely the way that I love to build businesses. And you might have like an A to C offer, and then like a D to J offer, and then, so on and so forth. And you might need to bring people into that first offer, and then you want to move them from the first offer to that second offer, and then maybe from the second offer to the third offer. You would likely use funnels for that, or just like broken down customer journey. So somebody's already done this part in your business, you need to move them to the next part. How do you do that? And so in the Content Mastery Club, we overall talk about like all the marketing mechanisms that you can use, be that social media, be that emails, be that websites, be that sales pages. And you get to craft your own customer journey in whatever way you want, using like the world's best practices in marketing that are also sustainable and achievable for small businesses. That's really what the Content Mastery Club is all about. And then in Scalable Business School, for those of you who have signed up to that, you know that we go even further and I share with you the digital product or online business funnels that I have built using those skills. So exactly how I use my social media, my email, my ads to move people from a low ticket offer into, let's say, the next stage, which might be low ticket or mid ticket. Exactly how within that offer I might be also focused on starting the next stage of the customer journey, and then how I, again, use all those marketing best practices to move people from one to the other. So the focus of this episode is really showing you what successful funnels I have had in my business that have created the most success. And spoiler alert, for those of you who know me, you know I'm all about simplicity. I'm really actually going to share with you how simple these are to inspire you as well, because I do often think when we hear the word funnel, we can start to think like, oh, this is complicated and there's all this tech involved and it's going to be like bro marketing and there's all these automations. And look, while funnels can be like that, and don't get me wrong, I do help people build those types of things minus the bro marketing element because we scale with soul here, right? I also want you to be able to see like how simple funnels can be. And this episode has actually been inspired by like conversations I've been having in my DMs lately. So an amazing community member over at This Is Corinna literally asked me like what my most successful funnels were. And I did a little bit of this on my story and I'm breaking it down deeper. But then I had another beautiful conversation after that that said like, somebody was inspired by talking about funnels like this because, you know, she was overcomplicating funnels in her world and it was really just stopping her from actually moving forward, thinking she needed all these really complex things. So spoiler alert, before we even get into the funnels, I'm going to give you the takeaway of this episode. And it really is just breaking down, as the podcast name says, how you're getting seen, how you're getting loved, how you're getting selling, how you're getting scaling. And really just trying the most simple way possible. And then you can add another step if needed. And then you can add another step if needed. And then you can add another step as you want to automate it more or whatever it may be. But the funnels I'm going to show you today are so achievable for any business owner. So without further ado, let's dive in. So the first funnel that I want to break down, and the one that most people, or a majority of people, I should say, would experience coming into my world, is my low ticket digital offer funnel. And if you've listened to episode 1, you will know the incredible benefits that low ticket digital offers have in businesses as a whole. And for that reason, this is one of my most successful funnels in my business in terms of income made, in terms of impact I'm able to send out, but then also in the way that this ignites my business's success as a whole as well. Because I say that the majority of people who come into my world may have experienced a low ticket digital offer from me. So for example, in the most recent club launch that I did, the Content Mastery Club, which was an amazing success, and hello to all the Content Mastery Club members listening to this. I am in love with that space and the outcomes and the community and all of those things. But essentially, I think it was 55% of people had a low ticket digital offer that were coming into that space, into the Content Mastery Club. And the other 45% of people didn't and would have found me through, you know, social media mechanisms. And then I do my calls to action to build my email list from there. And I do my launch runway on my social media. And those people would have seen about the club in there. Whereas other people who have my low ticket digital offer were warmer, I hate the word, but warmer leads, right? So people who had already been able to experience my type of teaching and strategies and seen some success with my products already. And they were like warmer leads already in my world somewhere, normally my email list, or they'd already put themselves on a wait list because, you know, we're going to talk about this, but I build in wait lists into the product before the one that I'm now going to be selling to people. And they may have come into the world from there. So the low ticket digital offer funnel itself is just a huge success for those reasons in the biz: income, impact, and then also the way it ignites my other offers. So what is this funnel? Like, what actually happens for me to get people into my world? So what I do is that I essentially, the first thing is making sure that you have the right offer. Okay. So that is absolutely all covered in episode 1. Go back and listen to that. But you want to make sure that you have the right offer. And when you do, it is the world's most simple funnel. Like, I swear to you, essentially what it is you have a sales page, and the sales page sells that, I call it the lead offer, essentially, like that glass of water. We cover that in episode 1 if you don't know that term. But it covers this product that people are like pain point or solution aware of, that they really know that they want. Then what I do from there, so once someone reads that sales page and they say, oh my gosh, this is everything I've wanted and more, they click the buy now button and they'll go to a checkout page. And on that checkout page, I'll normally do an order bump on that page. And as like a general guideline, my bump is a little bit less than like what my lead product would cost. So if I was selling like a $37 lead product, I might do like a $22 offer. I just find that this is like a solid conversion rate. Doesn't have to be though. There's no like hard rules around this. This is just something that over extensive testing I found really brings the best benefits overall. So somebody comes in, they click the sales page, go to the checkout page, and there's something complimentary there. I call it the straw to the glass of water. It's not bro marketing. They absolutely do not need this to get the outcome that I just promised them on the sales page. That is absolutely a no-no in my world. I do not like that strategy. So essentially one of my funnels is that they get complete content 24/7, which includes like posts and captions and story prompts and pinned posts and ManyChat training and like everything you could need essentially to smash your social media so consistently and in so much less time. And if you haven't seen that product, I'll link it in the show notes. But essentially that is what they're sold on the sales page. And then as they go into the checkout section, there's an order bump there and it offers them to take the story support deeper if they want. And there's actually done for you scripts. So literally like a script for every day of the week that you would help somebody to serve their audience, and scripts that help people to sell to their audience. So literal slide by slide breakdowns. So for example, one of the prompts might be like to share something controversial that you believe in today that maybe is a business value of yours, or that a myth or something that you see called out done in your industry you want to call out. And then people are like, okay, cool, I'm going to go and do that. But in this extra pack, for example, it's the scripts to do that slide by slide about how they could structure this. So I sell that as an option on the bump page. It's called a bump. And then after they've checked out, we go to what's called a one-time offer. And I actually have a lot of fun with this in my business because selling and serving should be fun, and so should funnels. And so I actually like to experiment a lot with my OTOs. But essentially, these are normally things, again, lower ticket. They don't have to be. So kind of up to $97-ish or $100. Again, don't have to be. Myself and my clients have had success with over that. But I do find normally for the majority of audiences, something under that converts quite well. And it's like the next fix to their next problem. So let's talk about social media for a second. So I've sold someone complete content 24/7. They might have added the story prompts as the order bump. And then they're going to go through and I might have another sales page that says like, congratulations, you've just like sorted your social media and your stories for the year. And I created a pack of launch content if you also believe you need launch support during the year. It's normally $47, but today for you, it's like $22 or $37 or whatever price I want to price it at, to say like, thanks for joining my community. Here's like a really special offer. Sometimes I actually have some fun with this and I link my content mastery club. If there's a few extra spots, maybe I'll like go out to the VIP list and say, hey, like your name's been on the wait list, so you can get into the club right now. And if that doesn't fill up whatever available spots I've got, I actually will just put it as the OTO for a little while. Like you've just unlocked a secret invite to the content mastery club. Like we're not supposed to open again for another few months or whatever it is. But if you want to join today, you can. So that's the type of thing that I will have. So this is essentially one of the most successful funnels in my business. And look, spoiler alert, it's definitely one of the funnels that I teach people how to implement in the Scalable Business School as well. And I'll link the Scalable Business School in the show notes. And I want to note that everything we're talking about today is in the Scalable Business School as well, because this is essentially what makes a scalable business, when we can break down this customer journey, have the right offers for the customer journey, and then have the right seen, loved, and selling steps to get people into one offer and then into the next offer. And let's face it, have some fun doing it too, right? And know all these best practices, but be able to do it your way. So all of this is in the Scalable Business School. You can check out that link if you want to jump on the wait list, if we're in, a waiting period, depending on when you're seeing this, or, who knows, maybe doors are open right now and you can jump right in, check the links for that. But essentially what we have here is this funnel where you have these 3 amazing offers that people need, and you might be able to make a sale that is worth, $150 instantly off cold traffic, which is the next part of this funnel that works so well. And that is the fact that because these are low ticket digital offers, we can sell these via ads, that someone might be meeting you for the very first time ever. And this beautiful combination of the fact that it's low ticket reduces the risk, the fact that someone is like pain point or solution aware of this already increases their desire for this. And we do some things on the sales page like put happiness guarantees, and we use a special type of like longer form sales page to really reiterate to someone like they're right to be thinking about this pain point and solution. And then here's why they should pay attention to wanting it from you, and they can't just get it from like YouTube or ChatGPT because you have a story or a strategy or a system or a method. And then we really go into like the transformation that this could create for them. And then we pitch the product in a particular way. We price it at a lower ticket. We put a happiness guarantee on there. So people like, yes, they've never met you before, but they're loving what they're reading about you so far. They feel really, really understood. And then, hey, there's like such low risk with this product that I'm just going to go ahead and buy this. And then maybe they get the bump and maybe they get the OTO. And so what we actually do is we just run meta ads to this sales page. This is the whole funnel, right? So essentially this funnel is some meta ads. The traffic goes to the sales page and people buy the product from the sales page if they want. If they do that and they go to the checkout, they'll see the bump. They can take or leave the bump. And then once they've hit that buy button and put their details in, they'll go to another page. And on that page, they'll get some kind of next offer potentially. I also want to be really clear that you don't have to do all these 3 parts. Like I've had some really successful low ticket digital offer funnels that have been super, super, super profitable and positioned my business really well by just having like just the lead offer and the OTO, or just the lead offer or the bump, or sometimes just a lead offer. Like when ChatGPT came out, I had a $30 product for that. And I think I was making back like 5 times my money off meta ads just with this one offer. The reason why we put a few offers is because, one, if we can serve people, why the heck would we not make these offers to them right there and then? But also because it creates more profitability in our world and it creates more return on ad spend. So if it's costing me, let's say, $10 equivalent to make a sale on Facebook ads, and my product costs $37, I'm making $27 profit. But then if someone bought a $22 thing at the bump, then all of a sudden I'm making like $49 profit. And then if someone added another $100 thing at the next stage, then I'm making $149 profit off the ad spend. So you can see how that works, that we could potentially even make more profit in our business and offset that ad spend more. So this is one of those funnels which is just so successful and actually so easy to set up as well. So it comes down to very, very little moving parts. It is literally meta ads to a sales page, and then any good funnel technology. So for example, like I use Kajabi, essentially has this built into it. So it's like, hey, you've got a sales page. Do you want to link your checkout to it? Yep, sure, I'll do that, Kajabi. And then Kajabi's like, hey, you've got a checkout page that we made for you. Do you want to add an order bump here? We've done all the tech stuff and we'll send it out for you. Just let us know if you want this. And I'm like, yeah, I do want this. And this is the product that I want you to send out. And this is the price it's for. And they're like, okay, cool. Now, after someone checks out, where do you want us to send them? Should it be a thank you page or should it be like another sales page? And I'm like, hey, just send them to this next sales page. So it really can be that simple. And so what happens from there is that people start to sometimes think they need to complicate this more than they want to. And the reason why I say this is because once someone comes into a low ticket digital offer, you can actually do the most amazing things with it. And some of my beautiful clients do some really, really, really cool things in the back end after low ticket products, like send these people like to a webinar in a few days' time. And they've got an email sequence that goes out. And then once they go to that webinar, they send them like another email sequence about what they're selling in that webinar. And We can also retarget those people who have now watched the webinar with some ads just using this type of amazing technology. But we can do that after someone buys a low ticket digital product, or we can do exactly what I do most of the time, which is just send them to my email list if they subscribed, right? And so this is what I want to talk about with funnels. Only need to be as complicated as you want to make them or need to make them to see results. So because I open my next offer, which is called the Content Mastery Club. So for those of you who aren't familiar with it, this is where I teach women in any type of business to master marketing. I literally help them build a brand, help them understand social media, help them go through and build websites, help them go through and get an email list started and get a lead magnet there and learn how to email their list and learn about automations that they could put in place, like welcome sequences, and then help them understand like launching and campaigning and introduce like meta ads foundation so people can make their own meta ad strategy. This is all in the club. And so it's perfect as the next step for someone who's now bought one solution or one pain point solution, right? So let's say my complete content 24/7 funnel, that's all about social media. So it's really like your complete content for social media plus your stories and then launching on social media and some email stuff in there as well. So they're like, cool, I've got social media now, but people also know like, but I also need to know how to do like a flash sale campaign and my email marketing also needs some work. And I'm not sure about my lead magnet and I'd really like to be introduced to meta ads. And it's like, well, the club can help you, right? It's that one-stop shop. And this is how I position it to my people. So what the next funnel is that I could, if I wanted to, take people from my low ticket digital offer and automatically move them into the membership. And sometimes I do that just as that like OTO offer, or I might send a few emails. But what I actually have done in my business that I have seen huge success with is just, in inverted commas, sending people who buy any of my low ticket digital offers to my email list if they choose to sign up, right? Because they have the option for that. And like the large majority of people actually do. And then I serve and sell to my email list about 40 weeks of the year. And I'll be increasing that in 2025 as part of my plan. But that is how simple it has been. I've really focused on pain points, desires, aspirations, stories, and just damn good value to my email list. And I just nurture and love and support those people on my email list up until the time where I'm going to open doors again to Content Mastery Club, because it's an open close type offer. And then I do a runway. And essentially what this is that I'll start to talk about my core area of support more in my email marketing. So normally I will actually respond to what I believe my ideal client need generally or as a whole in my emails throughout the year. And if there's any one-off products or solutions I might want to advertise or any affiliate products, I'll align an email with that topic, for example. But normally I am literally just speaking to them about pain points and solutions that I think will help them. And then in the lead up, just before I launch the Content Mastery Club, this is starting to explain this funnel now. What I'll start to do is a runway where I talk more about my core area of support. So I will, start to talk about why marketing as a whole matters, or the 3 areas that you need clarity on as a whole in your business. It's not just about social media. It's not just about emails. It is about audience, content, and like that type of clarity as a whole. And I'll start to talk about those things more in my email to start to like get people ready to potentially hear about an offer about these things. And then I will move into my launch phases, and then I will launch. And so when I launch, what I do, it is this simple. I send about 8 emails. That is literally my launch for the Content Mastery Club. And so this funnel is people to my email list, and that email list comes from my low ticket digital offer funnel. So we can start to see how these funnels work together as a whole big business. And so a lot of these people will come onto my list from my digital products, and then other people will come from my organic social media. And so during this period where I'm nurturing people on email and I'm also like doing the runway stage, I'm doing that exact same thing basically on social media as well, except I'm calling people to action to get on my email list. And then when the time comes and I launch, I really heavily focus on my email list, and I'll also focus on social media as well, particularly stories, to get people into the Content Mastery Club. I'm looking at my last breakdown for the Content Mastery Club. 55% of people who purchased had one of my digital products, and 45% of people were just in the This Is Co community in general. So we can really see that it was like almost 50-50. The majority was from my low ticket digital products, which is why I said before, the majority of people who come into my world have normally touched this first funnel, or at least seen this first funnel in some way. But essentially, I will be using my social media to get people who don't have digital products onto my email list, just like any other business without a digital product would be doing, right? So that exact same strategy, except in the background, I'm also supercharging my business with low ticket digital offers. And then those people are my warmest community members who have been exposed to me the most and can see how I can really help them because I've essentially had a job interview through that low ticket digital product with them. And then they come into the club through this funnel. So again, this is another funnel. This is as easy as they are. So get visible, and I've gotten visible through the ad spend I've spent on my low ticket digital product and then also organic social media. So no other ad spend normally goes into the Content Mastery Club. And then it is a launch runway into a launch, which is literally 8 emails and no live launch event. So no webinar, no nothing like that. Now, I want to talk about some disclaimers here. And that is that occasionally I do just, again, like to have fun with some ads and think, I wonder what would happen if I put some retargeting ads on. And retargeting ads is where you can make a audience of people who have interacted with you in some way. So I can say to Meta, hey, anyone who's like touched my Instagram account in the last 3 months, anyone who's on my email list, anyone who's been to my website, can you like get this ad back in front of them that says Content Mastery Club doors are now open? So sometimes I do that and I'll spend like $100, $50. Sometimes it's actually not a core part of my strategy. Could make it something like that. And for other businesses, it actually might be. But for me, I actually achieve the numbers that I want in the Content Mastery Club just from this alone. And this is something that everybody really needs to hear. And that is that everybody's marketing goals and strategies is going to be different according to your business. So people always say to me, why don't you do a webinar for the Content Mastery Club? Why don't you have affiliates for the Content Mastery Club? Why don't you do ads for the Content Mastery Club, right? Because these are all strategies that I teach and preach and help other people build their version of success with. And it's because at the time of recording this, the club is capped. Like I have overflowing income and impact and happiness and satisfaction from having just over 500 members in that space. It's made me over $1 million in my business, semi-passive income since it's been around in 2021. And I'm so happy with that, right? Like I don't need to scale it again. If I scaled it again, I might have to bring a co-coach in. I might have to do this. I might have to do that. They're just not things I necessarily want to do because my business is made to make me happy and make my mission come true, to make impact in the lives of other people, right? And so I always have this benchmark, like, am I happy? I don't have to like go out of my way to take the cap off the membership. If I don't want to, this could change tomorrow, right? And maybe I do want to do that. Maybe I meet the most amazing co-coach in the world and I'm like, oh my God, you guys have to come and meet this person. Like we're going to work together to help you. And that would be like incredible if that happened. But right now I'm not driven to do that. I really love the way that community works and I'm able to support and stay true to my values of accessibility and all of those types of things. So I don't lift the cap. And because the cap's not lifted, I then do not need extra marketing. So I don't have to do a webinar to warm people up even more because I have enough warm people from the low ticket digital offers and my organic marketing to fill the spots. I don't need affiliates recommending me through word of mouth because I have the amount of people seeing my offer from me that are warmed up to fill that. I don't need to use ads because my emails and social media are getting me the level of visibility I need to get the amount of people into the club that I want. Now, here's the disclaimer, right? When I work with clients, and for example, in Scalable Business School, I teach people and help people use those strategies if you need them. If I had an uncapped club, guess what I would be doing? I'd probably do a webinar and I'd probably run ads to that webinar to get as many people into that as possible. I would definitely have affiliates for the Content Mastery Club. And I would also run retargeting ads, more of them, to get people who are seeing me at any touch point into the club. And that would be my funnel. So the funnels that we build need to be responsive to like your own offer, your own audience size, your own goals, your own strengths. It also might be that you hate webinars. And then we talk about like a private podcast or a 5-day pre-recorded audio challenge, or like there's so many different things that you can be doing in your business that can help you to fill in these funnels in a way that is just so soul satisfying to you and works for you. Or we could skip all of those things. And if you just wanted to spend more ad spend, we could just do that, right? Like it has to work for you. And this is the funnel that works for me. So just to recap so far, my first really successful funnel is my low ticket digital offer, ads to a sales page, to a checkout page, to an OTO. Those people go to my email list. Then my next funnel is my Content Mastery Club, which is, again, just a sales page in inverted commas, a damn good sales page, but just a sales page. And my strategy is to get people to my email list from my low ticket digital offers and my Instagram, social media. And, this podcast would take part of that in the future. At the moment, I'm obviously not doing anything largely strategic with this. It's just me having a yap to you and I'm loving it. But I might also use that to get people to my email list more. And then from the email list is about executing whatever that launch runway looks like for me. And then if I needed extra visibility, maybe run ads or something like that to that sales page. And then those people purchase. And then that is the funnel essentially that creates that success in my business. And then I have one more funnel that I really want to highlight. And if I just had these first two funnels in my business, and I broke this down on stories the other day, like if I just had in inverted commas, because they're not just anything, right? Like I'm really proud of them. But if I just had one low ticket digital offer to my Content Mastery Club, my business is still overflowing in success. We're talking about consistent 4-figure days and, so like 30, 50K months and all of these types of things from those two offers alone, which I'm really proud to say are low ticket digital offers, right? Like both of them, essentially, the club is still low ticket, overflowing with income and impact. If I just had those two funnels alone, like that is a dream business. And if I ever wanted to scale back my business, that is the type of model that I would likely stick with, as far as I can see into the future. But I actually don't want to stop there. Like I have this massive calling to keep going while it's still within my happiness and my values and my vision, and I can serve the way I want to serve. And so I do have a third funnel, which is more of that signature online business course and support. So in the past, if you listen to my past episodes or you've been in my world a while, you'll know that this was called Digital Product to Profit. But late in 2024, I have changed that to what is now known as the Scalable Business School. So it's this signature online business program about building amazing online offers and getting them seen, loved, and selling, and who you need to be and the systems and all of those types of things for you to be an engine to a business that is really soul satisfying and all of those types of things. And so this is that offer at this kind of like other end of my ideal client's customer journey. So, my ideal client might be starting a business or have started a business. They need some support with marketing. They come through the Content Mastery Club. They really have these like core marketing skills. They're seeing some success in their business. And then I love serving those humans across all business types. But then there's this other element where it's like, hey, like if you have an online business, I can actually go and help you even further now from this other skill set I have, apart from being like your marketing sidekick. I also can be your online business bestie, having done what I've done now and, my other entrepreneur and corporate experience. Do you want to come in? I can help you further over here. And that's what this next funnel is. So what I actually focus on there is a little bit of a different strategy. And I actually teach this when I'm teaching people low ticket digital offers. And I didn't mention this in my low ticket digital funnel, but I want to mention that this is built into that funnel in a way. And this is built into my Content Mastery Club funnel in a way as well. But what this is that at the end of my low ticket digital offers or built in them, and at the end of the Content Mastery Club, I invite people to their next step. So at the end of my low ticket digital offers, like in the, let's say complete content, I actually have a masterclass in there currently where I talk about the 5 pillars of social media that complete content is built on and how they get you seen, loved, and selling on social media and the importance of each of them. And then I say, like, of course, social media is only one part. You also need a strong brand. You need to make sure where you're sending people, like your website or your sales page converts. You also want to be using other marketing strategies like launches and campaigns and additional traffic. And if you want to learn those things, this is what we do in the Content Mastery Club. So I'm so happy to help you with social media. If you ever want me to help you further, make sure you are on this wait list for the Content Mastery Club. So remember how I said the Content Mastery Club funnel is an email list? So I make sure I get people to that email list within that product as well. So I'm really focused on how can I use my product to lead into the next funnel. And the club is no different. So the club ends with something called 5 and 6-figure funnels. So as I mentioned to you, your business is a funnel. And so in the Content Mastery Club, I'm teaching you overall to look at your business like a funnel and to, learn best practice marketing that can help you like explode your business overall. Then at the end of Content Mastery Club, I talk about 5 and 6 figure funnels. So I introduce people to low ticket digital offers. I introduce people to value ladders. I introduce people to the idea of now going back and breaking down your funnel bit by bit to actually now make individual funnels in your business and optimize each of them. So I introduce this. So people in the Content Mastery Club still get exposed to this and they still learn this, but then it's no longer in the scope of the club. So then I say to people, like, if you are an online business owner and you want to go further with this, like, come and join me in whatever step is the first step of my next funnel. Now, at the moment, at the time of recording this, it's just like, come and join me on my second Instagram account, which is This Is Corinda, which is where I go through and in stories, I do a lot of deep stuff around scalable businesses, online business, my diary of a digital business owner. That's what I currently do. And so this is where my next funnel starts for this next product. So I'm really doing a lot of nurturing on social media in my stories. And then in the future, I will likely do something like instead have that go to a masterclass or a private podcast feed or, a live masterclass or a challenge or who knows. I'm really going to have some fun with this over the next, however long into the future to really make Scalable Business School another successful funnel in my business. But it is actually already so successful because what's happening is I'm bringing people from the Content Mastery Club who might have worked with me for like a year or two. They know my teaching style. I'm saying, hey, I don't talk about this in the club because it's out of scope, but if you want to learn more about it, come and join me over at This Is Corinda. So people come over to This Is Corinda and they can watch my stories and see the occasional posts that I put up or whatever it might be. And they're starting to learn more about scalable business from there. And so from there, when I launched Scalable Business, the pre-sale Black Friday of 2024, so at the time of recording this, literally like a few weeks ago, it went absolutely bonkers. I had 66 humans join up into that program. Like it was absolutely amazing. And it was simply from my Instagram stories. That is where the large majority of actually advertising Scalable Business School happened. So what I did was I got those people from the club and even some people from my Instagram at This Is Co, just saying like, hey, you are like a business owner who's ready to scale your business. Come and join me on this account. And I did most of my nurturing in stories. And then I sent those stories to a sales page with a pre-sale on it. And that is what sold that. Now, I also had an email list I did some other strategies with this as well, just to actually share those of like past customers who have bought DP2P. I was able to offer them to upgrade into Scalable Business School. And This Is Corinda's stories also had a wait list on it. So I also emailed out like the 100 people that were on the wait list, but they only got on that wait list essentially from watching my stories or, commenting a word on the few posts that I actually put up on my news feed at This Is Corinda. So I did send out an email as well. So when I say stories, I actually mean that like the stories was where the nurturing started, but I also sent these people to an email waitlist as well and then invited them there. So that's been the funnel for Scalable Business School, but I will keep focusing on this funnel as well. This funnel will now, as I said, essentially have some kind of its own traffic strategy. It will continue having the traffic strategy from the club because anybody in online business should be focused on joining their offers together. And if you join me in Scalable Business School, we're going to go deep into how you can do this. But that's one of the most effective ways to get people into the next offer that's right for them when it's right for them. But I'll also focus on a traffic strategy for Scalable Business School because remember, funnels are just about getting seen, loved, and selling. So I will focus on This Is Corinda's or Scalable Business School's own traffic strategy. I will focus on a strategy to get like that saying, getting more loved. So where I can show love, where people can see I'm the one for them, where people can see Scalable Business School is for them. There might be like a challenge or a private podcast or a webinar or something around this where I can help people deeper understand if Scalable Business School is for them. And I'll get this selling on a sales page as well. And that sales page is already high converting. I can see that from the traffic that I got to that from this pre-sale and who signed up there as well. So those are essentially the 3 funnels I have in my business. I just don't want you to discount how simple funnels can be if you want them to be, how automated funnels can be if you want them to be, or how like excitingly complex funnels can be, if that tickles your pickle as well. Like, it doesn't do it for me, but I know how to do it and show other people how to do it. And so if you do want like it to be completely automated and trigger this and trigger that, and if they do this, they go here. And if they don't do that, they go here. And then there's a deadline funnel here. Like, you can do that. And like, I'll help you do that if you want. But I just want you to be inspired by this episode to really go through and take a few things away. In 2025, what the heck is your customer journey? And are you making sure that it is like really beautifully seamless, and do your offers respond to that? Hopefully you've been inspired to potentially do a low ticket offer and then use that to move people to the next start of your funnel, right? Or use that to kick off the funnel in general and have that automated experience. Like I said, one of my other clients do, about how once someone's purchased a low ticket digital offer, they go to an automated webinar, and that webinar actually sends those people out emails afterwards to a new sales page. And this is almost completely automated from a low ticket offer to quite a high ticket offer. All happens on automation. And so like, you can do that if you want, but I really hope this inspires you to break down that customer journey, have that beautiful customer journey in your business, and then make sure that you are using all these skills that you have in individual marketing to actually make individual funnels. So like, you know how to use social media, you know how to use email, you might know how to use ads. If not, you can learn how to use ads. And then how are you actually using those things to move people from one to the next and build that out? And shameless plug, if you want to join me in Scalable Business School, where I will show you how to do that, check that link. But if you don't, that's absolutely okay too. And the point of this podcast is to really remind you that success is intentional and funnels are intentional. Really understanding your customer journey and planning it out, like those little things about, you know, at the end of complete content, making sure people know their next best place to be is the Content Mastery Club. And then being really intentional about, in the lead up to the doors opening of Content Mastery Club, getting people into that funnel and moving them forward through that Seen Love Selling process. And then when people are inside Content Mastery Club as well, again, making sure success isn't an accident. It is intentional. I am moving people on, as well as using organic marketing best practices all across that journey as well, to make sure, like at the time of the year that I need to, I'm getting people into Content Mastery Club waitlist off my social media. At the time of the year when I need to, I'm using my social media at This Is Co to get people over to This Is Corinda. At This Is Corinda, I'm using my stories to get people over to my list. And this is just all mapped out so seamlessly in my business, using my like value ladder methodology to see exactly what needs to happen. And I really encourage you to have a look at your business, to check your intentionality around your offers, how you're linking things together, and how really you are just making sure there is this seamless customer journey empowered by my favorite F word, funnels. And so there you have it. If you have any questions, as always, please reach out. But I hope this has been able to draw the curtain back for a digital business, and you can see inside and see exactly what's happening to see what is able to create success in somebody else's world. As always, thank you for joining me, and I cannot wait already to share even more to help you create your success in the next episode. I'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Seen, Love, Selling, Scale podcast. I hope today's episode left you feeling inspired, fired up, and empowered to make serious moves that align with your goals and version of success, both in life and business. If you loved what you heard, head over to www.thisisco.com.au to find all the links and resources mentioned in today's episode. And if you aren't already following the show, make sure you hit that follow button so you never miss a future episode when it drops. I'll see you again next week, same time, same place, same goal to get you seen, loved, selling, and scaling. See you then.